become part of this film? You all have such big careers, big backgrounds, busy schedules. Please just pass it around. How did you become a part of this film?
Well, in my case, I had worked with all four girls and Direct Mark in the first Encantadia. And I was very, very honored when they asked me to do this particular movie for two reasons. One, because, like they said, it's been more than a decade since the four girls have gotten together. And an opportunity like this was very hard to pass up. The second reason being that, hey, it's an iflix original movie.
The first of its kind.
The first of its kind. And we will forever go down in history as being a part of their first film. So, who can say no to that naman, diba?
Yeah, I know it's a very cliche line, but you will never forget the first. And this is the first. And you can jot that down in history. You guys will be the first in iflix originals. Now I want to ask, of course, our Mustafa, Mr. Levictus over here, how does it feel to be part of a first? I know there are a lot of firsts in your career, but to be part of an iflix original first, how does that feel like?
Magandang gabi po sa lahat.
There you go!
Of course, first, as you said, first is first, and I'm really excited, and I hope it's gonna be like a stepstone in my acting career in the Philippines. And I'm really happy for the Mark for having this movie, and it's really exciting. It's considered as my second, and I really, really hope that I got the other roles for being Vectus. Yeah, I'm really super excited for it. Congratulations.
Now I want to ask Ian, of course, what was the experience like, and how was it different compared to your other film projects?
Magandang gabi sa inyo lahat. Maraming salamat sa pagpunta niyo dito. For my experience, as I've worked with Direct Mark's second installation ng Encantadia in 2016, and I also worked with Miss Elaine in a few film projects. And bilang isang martial artist, and my career mostly tries to revolve around martial arts. Every single experience, every single opportunity to be able to share my knowledge as a martial artist, my talent as a martial artist, and to share the talent and the knowledge is always parang responsibilidad ko yan bilang isang martial artist. So of course I felt very honored to be a part of the project, and as pioneers, galing sa mga Pilipino para sa mundo, saan ka pa? Diba? Paano ka magiging DJ?
You're from one martial artist to another. Rather, I know you're more of an expert than I am, but I honestly can't wait, because for those who don't know, for those who haven't been behind the scenes, it's really a different experience doing your own stunts, doing all the different moves, from being careful to not hit your fellow cast member, to making sure they look pretty throughout the whole film. I'm sure you had a few close calls, but you were very much...
Mustafa and I had the time of our lives during our epic battle.
And we definitely can't wait to see it. Now, I want to move on to our next friend over here, Matthias. Yeah. Matthias, I know we've known each other for probably a year or two, I believe. I want to ask this, when you found out the news about getting this original project, where were you and what was your reaction? Because I'm sure a lot of us have those funny stories when we get approved for something.
Well, I was in my apartment and I was like, oh, this is great, you know. So I went over there, I had some time to audition, and they liked me, so I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. My first movie, okay, this is my very first movie. I've been doing TV, but I was very excited for this. And it's very different, it's a different experience when it's a movie. And so I'm just so grateful for something like this, you know.
Yeah, well, it seems like it. And honestly, you have a long career ahead. But speaking of long careers, I want to move on to our next character over here. I really love your hair. I definitely have to start with that. How has this experience, playing this role rather, been different compared to your other roles?
Oh, well, this is very exciting for me. Walang mapaglagyan ng kaligayahan, umaapaw. Yeah.
So of course, I know you're all very passionate about this project, but was there any one moment about the role or the character that stood out to you throughout the whole project?
Yung time na injured, pero dire-diretso pa rin yung take.
So may na-injure pala.
Ako.
Di naman mukhang may na-injure naman sa atin.
Hindi naman.
Kasi Junvi, na-injure ka ba?
Hindi. At all. Not at all. Hindi, mayroong nagbabalak na gusto lang ako. It's a joke between
Baka kasama
me
naman
and
sa sequence.
Ian.
Kasama naman sa sequence.
Sabi niya gusto daw niya magkaroon kami ng fight scene. Bahala ka dyan. That's it.
What I want to know, of course, playing this character, what was the most fun you had about it? What was the most fun you had? Because I saw the clips of you. You seemed like you were having so much fun, being very expressive, and your castmates are nodding their heads. What is the most fun you had about it?
Well, just creating the character itself. Kasi when Direk said that I was a scaredy cat, and then hindi dapat comic masyado, okay? Dapat it's about the scenes. Okay, so how do you do that? Okay, alright, sige, kaya yan, laban lang. So that's it.
Well, it seems like until now you're still smiling, you're still nodding your head. I can't wait to see your character. Now I want to move on to our friend here, Caprice, the cutest one here. Tell us, what was your favorite moment throughout shooting this whole thing? What was your favorite part? All!
Especially with Direct Mark again. And it's my first time doing this with iflix, and I really enjoyed it.
She will make you cry.
I think we're all in need of a good cry, and coming from you, trust me, it'll be absolutely believable. I honestly can't wait. I really can't wait. But of course, every great movie needs a scary villain. And by her name alone, Helga, I'd like to welcome the one, the only Miss Sunshine Cruz. Time and effort into this character. How was it like being a kontrabida for this film?
Of course, I got really nervous because nakakatakot, Direct Mark, tapos yung apat, napakagagaling na mga artista. But I'm just very happy and blessed that Direct Mark was there to guide me. And of course, the four sangres ba? Witches pala sila dito. Sobrang tinulungan at inalalayan nila ako. So, I'm just very grateful and honored to be a part of Mystified. It's really such an honor and blessing for me.
So you did mention of course, the four leading ladies, and you're that strong villain character who has to match up to those four other characters. How is that like for you going up against those four strong women?
It was a challenge for me, of course, because like what I said, they are great actors. They are really great, and I'm just very thankful to Direct Mark. And actually, dun sa shooting namin, we just had fun. Kailangan kasi matapang ako dito, but at the same time, maarte. Diba, Direct, no? So I think na-achieve ko naman yung maarte, and at the same time, very powerful. So, ang saya sa set. Everybody was just so nice and professional. So I really had fun.
Arabic was fun.
Which one?
Arabic.
Ay, ang hirap. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko matandaan yung Arabic. Yeah. Hello, yeah. Luvictus. Yeah, it's a first... Ngayon ko lang siya nakita. Gwapo pala si Luvictus, no? Yeah, siya yung aking sinusunod dito. Yeah. Hi, Luvictus. Yeah, I'm Helga.
Well, we actually did hear certain stories. Like, Direct Mark actually, nagkwento siya ng onte yung puro salonpas na eh. May essential points from all the fight scenes and all the experiences. How was the fight scenes like? How did you prepare? Because I'm sure after all these years, you do have some experience with fight scenes.
I do boxing. That's part of my exercise routine. But this time around, it was hard kasi may mga sipa-sipang ganyan. The first time kong ginagawa yan. And ang naka-fight scene ko ba dito si Miss Calzado. Ang galing. Diba? So nasisipa-sipa niya na ako sa pa. Sorry siya ng sorry sa akin. Masakit na pero nahihiya naman ako, diba? Kasi ang galing niya ako, medyo nahihirapan ako. To tell you honestly, it was really hard for me because it's the first time that I did something like this. Yung fight scene na ganito, but they were really very helpful and very patient sa akin.
From one boxer to another, honestly, iba yung coordination, diba? Kasi sanay ka lang na sapakan lang.
Yes.
Pero pag may paa na,
Iba.
nawawala ka na ng onte, diba?
Nawawala na. Parang dance step din yan. Ang galing ni Iza. Minsan, masisipa niya ako. Kailangan pala yumuko ako. Hindi ako nakayuko.
mga gano'n. Diba? Pero, basta sobrang fun pa rin. Siyempre, hindi may iwasan yung magkakaroon ka minsan, masasaktan ka, pero wala yun, it's part of our job.
Speaking of part of your job, this character, I honestly have to say, because I have followed your career for quite some time, there's something different about this one, honestly, from the way you carried the character to how strong you are against the other women on screen. How did you approach this character na kontrabida na ganito? How did you approach it?
Siyempre, una, nakinig ako sa aking mahal na Director Mark. Siya talaga yung nagturo sa akin kung paano yung approach. And ang isa pang difference ng sunshine na nakikita nila before from here, first time ko nagkaroon ng nakaitim na lipstick. Aside from being very tough and maarte, I think yung look ko dito is very different from what I've been doing before. Actually, this is the third time that I did something like this. But the first time was it was for a movie when I was 15 years old. It is with Joey De Leon, yung Pandoy Alalay ng Panday. Maarte rin ako doon direct. Meron akong snake sa kamay. But I was just 15 and now I'm 41. So, sobrang mas modern now. And with Direct Mark around, it is talagang different approach.
Well, you definitely don't look, and I have to chime in with Direct Mark, you do not look 41, Sunshine. You do not look 41. None of you look your age. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the